We just want to express the jubilation that we are all feeling about this leading edge conversation and the importance that it is to us, whether you all get anything out of it or not. And of course you are, yes. So every morning as Jerry is writing with Esther, Esther is writing, she tells him about her day, and then she laughs and says, I don't know why I'm telling you about my day, if in fact you're actually running around with me. But it helps me to focus in what I want to talk to you about. So she'll sort of write some notes about what happened and what she was feeling about it. And she thought this will be a really good book. It's 125,000 words, which is about a book and a half now, of me saying I miss you and him saying I'm here. In other words, at some point, it needs to morph into a different dialogue than that. You see. And so on this one particular morning, she'd written how she was missing him. And what he wrote back was, I will look for as many opportunities today as I can find to let you know how much I am loving you. Yeah. So she is still not feeling that good. She is still invested in the grief of her moment and not enjoying but finding plenty of sympathy from those who are around her. And now Tracy and Esther are in the car, and they're going from daughter Tracy's house out to Jerry and Esther's house. And Tracy suddenly is so thirsty that she cannot survive the 8 miles of distance. It is a sort of, I will die if I don't get liquid moment. Irrational. And so Esther looks for a place that they can stop, and stops at a place she has never been before and probably will never go again. It's Chick-fil-A. And as she's driving through the drive-thru, there is a double drive-thru which she had never seen. And as she looks over at the car, through her tears, the back window in letters this big said love, and the front window said you. Now, Jerry didn't actually shoe polish that window, but he knew where it was, and he knew where Esther was, and he knew the influence that he could offer, and he offered a powerful thought from his vortex grid, which is powerful, and his power of influence is mighty, and circumstances and events and all cooperative components fell into place, and Esther got the message and knew it was from him. They got their drinks. They drove 8 miles. They pulled in the gate, and then in the other gate, and then in the garage. And as they're getting out of the garage, Esther noticed is a box that has just been delivered. Just came by Federal Express. She opens it, and there are 8 gigantic cups that say big love. Now the cups were in motion. Her friend had already sent them. But the orchestration of the timing, you have to understand, the orchestration of the timing is about the interfacing. You have more non-physical energies of those you have loved, of those of you have known, of those who are your relatives, of those who are of your ancestors, of those who are aware of you. This non-physical energy all coming forward into your now, all coming forward into your now. The continuum of love, the cycle of life. You are just beginning to understand the fullness of all of that. And when you pay attention a little bit, you'll begin to understand that to a person, you are loved and adored by that non-physical energy who is aware of you. And if you will stop applying your varied and bogus version of grief and unworthiness and hatred and any of those emotions that you've picked up along your physical trail from your attention to unwanted things, you will allow yourself that what often feels too subtle for those like you and Esther, but eventually becomes the richness and the fullness of this non-physical energy that is juncturing with you in your now, 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 in your now. You are not alone, and you never have been. And you are not on your own, and you never have been. You are supported, and we use that word carefully because we are wanting you to understand that it's not support that's coming to you out of your need. It is support that is coming to you out of your desire. But in your need, you deprive yourself of it. And in your alignment, you allow it. And it's the thing that humans have been complaining about nearly from the beginning of time, and certainly from the beginning of their beginning to understand the way they connect into non-physical. Because it feels wrong to you. It feels like it's not your human nature. It is the nature of the beast that you watch, but it doesn't seem to be the human nature. You've trained it out of yourselves, and you would be well to let it go. And it goes like this. I support those who are in need, and I train them to be needy in order to get support. But then the only support they can get is from the physical experience. They deprive themselves of the true grid, you see. There's plenty who will come to support you in your neediness. And you can beat the drum of your neediness, and there will be many who will be there. And they will feel virtuous and valiant in their offering to you their support. But the support that you're really looking for is the support that comes from inside the vortex. And it comes to you when you finally accept the perfection of your being, the juncture of the physical and the non-physical, the eternalness of your being, the never-endedness of that which is you, the love of that which is source. And it's ever, ever, ever offering to you. But you got to receive the love. You got to let it in. You've got to find a way of being a vibrational match to it. And for many of you, you're probably going to hurt really bad until you can't stand to hurt before you do that. But you don't need to let it get to that point. You can let it in anytime you decide to. You just got to find the willingness to do that. So we're going to talk today about anything that is important to you. But we want to help you to establish in your own awareness this sense of this grid. We want you to acknowledge that there is a vibrational basis for that which you are. And it's not only the basis of who you were before you were born. Oh, that's a good basis. But that basis has expanded tremendously since you've been here in this physical body. Because you have been living life and knowing that you don't want to be rude, that you want to be an uplifter. Knowing that you don't want to be confused, that you want to have clarity. Knowing that you don't want instability, that you want stability. Knowing that you don't want poverty, that you want prosperity. Knowing that you don't want to be bored, you want to be interested. Knowing, you've carved out this beingness that stands always offering the signal to let you know where you stand in relationship to that. And that's the grid, really, that we want you to know that you've carved out. It's this being, this central being. It's the being who loves no matter what, who understands no matter what, who accepts diversity no matter what, who appreciates no matter what. It's the core of who you are. It's the being who feels self-appreciation no matter what, who feels appreciation for others no matter what. Now we know that's an interesting concept, that someone could be so oblivious to what's really going on that they would just stand in a place of pure positive energy. But it's not an oblivious stance. It's a carefully honed, carefully crafted over many, many, many life experiences. It's a stance of becoming. It's who you really are, you see. So the grid is the basis of who you are. And when you find a way to line up with that, then all of the things that you've been putting into this vortex that are right now vibrational versions of what you want, as far as you are concerned, far less satisfying than the manifested versions. A vibrational version, blah, blah, blah. Virtual money, whoop-de-doo. A virtual lover, well, good for them. I want the manifestation of that, Abraham. And we say the manifestation must follow. The manifestation must be allowed by you. But you got to figure out what's the vibrational consistency of that. And you have to find the vibrational grid that allows it to flow. So here's the picture we would like you to see. So you were source energy before you came into this physical body. You've heard this so many times you could speak it as well as we do. Source energy before you came into this body. A part of you came into this physical body. And as you came into this physical body, you are exploring like leading edge pioneers. While the source of you remains in this steady, solid, always pure positive energy vibration. Always loving, you might not. Always worthy, you might not feel like you are. In other words, this secure being, you might not be, but it still remains there. So you know what you don't want, you know what you do want, you know what you don't want, you know what you do want. And every time that happens, which is all day, every day, and has been from the moment that you set foot into this foot, you send these rockets of desire and your becoming happens. And we've been calling this your vortex. Now, you've been listening to us for a while. We've been saying, you want to get in your vortex. You want to get in your vortex. That was our way of saying, you want to get up to speed with what is in your vortex. You want to achieve a vibrational stance that allows the vortex, law of attraction, to bring you in where all that you are and all that you want is. Today, we are giving you a slightly different way of looking at this because we want you to understand that as you stand here in your powerful moment of attention, that you are generating a vibration, and when it is in sync, Esther has been trying to find a visual as she hears us explaining and feels us explaining this to you. And the visual that she has is that beaming up from the very core of that which she is, you are, is this bright beam of vibration. And when she stands in it, she can feel the clarity of it. She knows that that's what she's doing when she's allowing Abraham to flow through. Standing over there in it, it bees so dominant that she bees compliant with it. So here is this energy, this vibration, this core beingness beaming up. And here you are somewhere in the vicinity of it. Maybe over here ornery about something. Maybe over here frightened about something. Maybe standing right in it in appreciation or love of something. But you get to choose, you get to allow or disallow your relationship with this grid. So that's pretty easy to understand, isn't it? It's pretty easy to understand your relationship with the vortex or your relationship with the grid. Conceptually, not hard to get your thoughts around that, is it? But now, how does the rest of the world fit in with your grid? Well, let's say that you are in vibrational alignment with who you are, and you are beaming a powerful signal. That means that anyone who's moving around in your vicinity, who's of the same vibrational frequency or nature, can't you just see those grids clicking together? Boom, 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 boom. So that there's this synergy, there's this energy, there's this co-creative enthusiasm that happens with grids like yours lining up, because law of attraction just locks them into place. Of course, you could have gotten up on the wrong side of the bed. You could be an ornery toad for the 5th day in a row. You might not be anywhere near your own core, your own vortex, your own natural source grid. You got something else going on out here. Well, guess what's happening? Those grids are lining up too. Coming into place. All those ornery people coming to you, or all those fearful people coming to you. In other words, all around you, you have the potential of aligning with your true power. Now, you've heard us say, we know you have because we've been saying it and you've been listening, that one who's in alignment, tuned in, tapped in, turned on, is more powerful than millions who are not. So if you take the time to notice your grid, if you take the time to align with it, the power of that which you are about will be evidenced by the manifestations that surround you. But more important, will be evidenced by the way you feel, by the clarity you feel, by the vitality you feel, by the enthusiasm you feel, by the well-being that you feel, by the joy for life that you feel. So there's nothing inappropriate with hooking up with some of those other grids. It's part of that contrast that we were talking about. Just don't make a lifestyle of it. Just don't spend your time out there in the vibrational wasteland conferring with others about the best way to cope while you're out there. And that's what so much life experience and chatter is about. Well, this is how we're dealing with life. Let's join together in chat groups and deal together. And we say, there's only one chat group we join, and it's the one that is connected to the core of that which you are. is the one that always exists.